other thing is, there's so many people saying, things about my Ghana video, the raw and uncut truth about Ghana, I think is the name of it. That I'm lying. Why am I here? Go back home. Blah, blah, blah. You Americans always complaining. I'm not complaining in my videos. I'm telling my story. I'm trying to enlighten you on some things over here. For the people that's interested in coming here, there's some things that I just think you should know. For those of you who have no interest in coming over here, you are not coming at all. Shut up. Just shut up. Because you some mean, nasty people. And I don't know what makes you that mean and nasty. I don't know why you choose to get on here and say awful things instead of just zipping your lip, tying your fingers up so you can't type, or just like I said, go to another page. I say it a million times, just go to another page. This page might not be for you. I get it. I understand it. Again, this is not prison. This is not cell block H. You are not in a cell with Bubba waiting to violate you. This is YouTube and TikTok, aka social media. So if I'm not for you, click that little button and get me out of your life. Now, one thing I want y'all to know, I'm not going to talk a whole lot about this, but one thing I want y'all to know is know the assignment. Before you get here, know the assignment. Understand the assignment. Understand that these people, meaning these locals, the Ghanaians, somebody says, stop saying Ghana, just say the city that you live in. Don't tell me what to say. Okay, I talk about the cities I've been to, which is Accra, Takoradi, Elmina, and Cape Coast. But I can say the whole of Ghana because it's legal and I have the right to say it. I have like a freedom of speech. And my intentions is to not to shame or bash anybody or hurt anybody, but to inform my brothers and sisters that's planning on crossing these waters what to expect when they get here. So, let me tell you my experience. And then I'm going to tell you a little thing that one of my sisters went through. Secondhand information, she just told me what she went through when she got off the plane. During COVID, when you get off the plane, one of the first stations you go to, that for one, you're going to have to just keep your passport out because there's many plate stations you're going to get to. They're going to ask you for your passport and your boarding pass. So don't throw your boarding pass away. Keep your boarding pass with your passport. The first station I think I stopped to, if I can remember, was the COVID station. At this time, you had to have a COVID test. Once you get off you had to have a COVID test to get on the plane from the U.S. And then once you got off the plane, you had to pay $150, $150 US dollars to get a COVID test as soon as you get off the plane. I was terrified of the COVID test because, they stick this thing up your nose and it was just very, very uncomfortable. So the first station at the COVID test, I begged this man, like, please don't stick that thing way up my nose. Please, please, I'm begging you. So he didn't. He just kind of barely put it in and whatever, did it. I passed the test. And he said, can you give me something small? Something small, small. And I was like, excuse me? He said, can you give me something small, small money? And I said, oh, all I have is $100 bills because I traveled with, when you come to Ghana, you want to travel with $100 bills because the new $100 bills, because when you get here, you get more for your dollar. If you have the old $100 bills, they give you less money. 50s and 20s, the exchange rate is not good. So I came across with I think I had like 5 fresh $100 bills. And so I couldn't give him any money. I hadn't even made it through the airport to convert anything into CDs. So the next station was, I don't remember the next station. Same thing. The lady asked me, could I help her with something small, which is money. And I told her the same thing, like I only have $100 bills. We get to this is my first trip. We get to the yellow fever, the little clinic where we take our yellow fever shots, which was $29, I think, 29 US dollars or 29 CDs. It was probably 29 CDs Because at this point, the lady had went and exchanged our money and brought it back to us. So I get the test. Me and one of my spiritual sisters is in there, Ife. I get the shot. I give the lady a 50, and my sister get her shot and everything, and we're leaving. And I said, "Can you give me my you didn't give me my change?" And she just looked confused. I said, "You didn't give me my change." She said, "Oh, it's a tip." And I said, "No, it's not a tip. Can you please give me my money?" So she kind of smacked her lips and giggled a little bit, and she gave me my money. No big deal, we left out. Now you get to the immigration station. Immigration, I'm having a problem filling out this immigration form because I don't know how it was. I know how to do it now, but I don't know if it was how. It was asking me for a phone number in Ghana, an address in Ghana. It was asking me for things I didn't have on hand. And so the man he said, "Kimberly, just give me the form." He took the form and filled it out. And then he just kind of put his hand out. So I was like, okay, he wants some money. I think I gave him 50 CDs. Now you get out of immigration and you waiting on your luggage. You're waiting on your luggage. There's somebody that's going to rush immediately. First thing they're looking for when you get off the plane, let me say this, is the blue passports. If you got a green passport, they're not going to help you with nothing. You're a Ghanaian. They don't care what's going on in your life. If you need help with your luggage, they don't really care. This was what I was noticing every time I was in every airport. So now it's time to get my luggage. So I'm waiting on my luggage. Of course, somebody's going to rush up to help you with your luggage. I'm looking for my luggage. I don't see my luggage nowhere. So finally, my luggage came. And before I could pick my luggage up, another man grabbed it and picked it up, put it in a buggy, and rolled it to customs. I think the last step is customs. That's where they may go through your luggage. They ask you for questions. They might open your luggage and go through. They've only opened my luggage one time in 5 trips to Ghana. So you go through customs. Now he's done with me, the one that grabbed my luggage. And he goes, "Oh, I'm done with you. Can you give me something small if you would like to give me a tip?" This person wants a tip. Now I'm in I don't remember if I gave him a tip or not. We're in customs because I got 5 different stories about this airport situation. Now we're at customs, and customs asked me what's in my bag, and I'm like, just regular stuff. And then customs, they didn't ask me for any money. Then customs gave my bag, and they only did this one time. Customs gave my bag to another person. Looked like kind of like a sergeant with a white shirt and a different like police type hat on. And he's the one that will let me out the door, like I'm clear to go out the door. He asked me for money. And I said, "Look, can you please give me my luggage and let me out? People have been asking me for money since I got off the plane. I just took a 15-hour flight. I'm very, very tired. Sir, can you please just let me out the door?" He just kind of giggled and smiled and let me go on through the door with my luggage. Now you get outside. My husband's taxi people are rushing you. They want, because they want to get you where you need to go to make their money. But my husband had already met. No. That wasn't my first trip. My first trip was with my 6 sisters. We get outside. We already had a van and a driver and security. We get outside. And we haven't smoked a cigarette in the last cigarette. We haven't smoked a cigarette in like 13 hours. From New Jersey was our last cigarette. We went from New Jersey to Togo to Ghana. We hadn't smoked a cigarette. And so we get outside and we trying to go to wherever you can smoke a cigarette at. The girl, my sister Dominic, she doesn't have a lighter. I don't have a lighter. Nobody has a damn lighter. So we asked this African guy that was the Ghanaian. I was like, "Do you have a lighter or know where we could buy a lighter from?" He lit our cigarette and held his hand out. And I was like, so he, like, how much? We don't know what CDs are. So I'm like, how many CDs should we pay you? He took a 20 out of my hand. I don't know if a 20 is equal to 1, 2, 3, or 10. I don't know the conversion rate or nothing yet. Our security and driver came around and snatched the 20 out of his hand and said, why would you do that to him? Why would you do that to them? Why would you treat them like that? You charged her 20 CDs to light a cigarette. You should have gave her the whole lighter. You didn't even give her the lighter. You just lit her cigarette. What happens if she want another cigarette? Are you going to take another 20? So he took the 20 and gave it back to me. He turned around. He said, don't you do that again. I'm your security guard. I'm your driver. I have a lighter. If you need a lighter, I'll light your cigarette. So that's just kind of my story of going through the Ghana airport for the first time and what you can expect. Now, that happened to me every single 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times that I went through the airport, minus the cigarette situation. Because now, you know, I have my own lighter and go through. But customs has only gone through my luggage once. But people started asking, I'm not saying that this is what you went through or that you're going to go, what you're going to go through. But this is what I went through. Now, another trip, I go through the whole airport situation, get outside. Taxi drivers are rushing me. I don't need a taxi because my husband, now I have a husband. My husband's there. I don't think me and Latif are married, but I do have a boyfriend now or whatever. He meets me there at the airport. So he already has a taxi waiting. We get in there, you know, people are rushing to get your luggage and put it in the taxi because they want money from you. I don't need anybody to get my luggage because I have Latif, Michael, Kofi, and the taxi driver. All of them came to meet me at the airport, but people are grabbing my luggage anyway. Now, they want money. So, as I'm getting ready to give them money, I'm frustrated, I'm irritated, I'm hot. I get in the taxi, they're in my face in the taxi, like, please, mommy, come in, mommy. Don't you see we're struggling? One of the guys ran them off. Like, we had already told them we didn't need no help. They just chose to start picking up bags. Now we leave the airport the second time when I'm with Latif. We leave the airport and we go to the Forex to exchange my money. And we stop at a red light. A man rushes up to the car. Mommy, please, I'm hungry. Please, I'm hungry. This goes on every stop that you make. Every stop that we made, this happens. So just know that when I first got here, I didn't know any different. I fed people that I found out wasn't hungry. I have paid for people to go to school. I have paid for a desk for a kid to sit in. I don't know if the kid had the school had the desk there and he had to pay to sit in it, or if he had to physically buy a desk, but he couldn't go to school because he didn't have a desk and he didn't have a school uniform shirt. So I paid for that. I did a lot the first year I got here. I'm not bragging. I'm just telling you my story because so many people done had so many nasty things about, like some ladies just said, why don't you find some people in the village to feed and blah, 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 blah. And I went to respond to her comment and I just deleted it and decided to skip her madness. And I was remembering the meeting I had with my moderators who definitely said, just stop responding to this stuff. Don't pay it no attention. So that's some of the things you're going to go through. You might go through when you get off the airplane in Ghana. Like I said, remember, they're going to be looking for the blue passports. They know with the blue passports, in their mind, you're coming in here with money. And they're going to hustle you all the way through the door, or that's how they did me. Let me see what else can I address right now. Y'all, I got some Mentos. They're called Mentos Mini. They're so good, but I almost choked to death because they're real juicy. So that's something you might go through. Little kids are going to come up to you and look hungry and look sick and look like they're just going through everything in the world, when in fact they're lying. They've been standing there all day begging for money. I have not met a hungry kid in my village. These women get up in the morning, feed their children, send them to school, and they're dressed nice. Their clothes are ironed, pressed every single morning. If you watch my videos where y'all see the kids going to school in the morning, all of these kids are dressed very nice, like all of their parents have an iron. A lot of people don't know the village is not what a lot of people think. There's people who live in the village that make a lot of money for Ghanaian that can afford to leave the village. They don't leave the village because that's their culture, that's their comfort zone, and that's what they like. Like I said, it's like getting rich and you don't want to leave the hood. Or you leave the hood and move into this big fancy suburban area in this 5-bedroom mansion. You're all alone. You're not around anybody that you really know. Your neighbors don't like you. And before you know it, you're back at mom's house or back in the hood because that's your comfort zone. So yeah, I just wanted to say those few little things. Like I said, I'm up late. Don't have much to talk about. I'm loving my house. I am loving my house. I can't wait to go to immigration tomorrow, get them over with, out of the way, so I can come back and start kind of putting things in order, putting things together. The cleaning lady will come twice a month. I'll have her come like once every 2 weeks to kind of touch up on the dusting and stuff like that. And that's about it. If I can't sleep and I want to come back, then I'm going to make another video. Can you give me $50? You can't afford to give me $50? I love y'all. Stay blessed. Oh, and think about our spa day. March 1st, 2nd, or 3rd. I love y'all. Stay blessed. Don't be mean. Don't be mean. Don't get on here and make mean comments. Let this be the one video in the whole fucking universe that doesn't have not one negative comment. Can we do that? Can we make just nice comments or do nothing or type nothing at all? Nothing at all. But in the meantime, I'm going to be waiting on the first stupid comment. I'm going to be waiting for it because it's fun to me now. Is that a lizard? There's so many lizards in this house, y'all, like I said, because it's been empty so long. There are... Did the headboard break or something? Or it's just got to stand up? I don't know what's going on with it. Anyway, there's a lot of lizards in this house. The big ones, the little ones, the babies. But like I said, there's a lot of lizards, a lot of spiders, and a lot of these other little bugs. I don't know what they are, but I keep spraying every time I see them. And I have to go outside because I can't breathe in the spray. This is the strongest insect spray I've ever seen in my life. Ramadan's coming. I told y'all that. Be patient with me because I'm going to be hungry and thirsty from sunup to sundown, and I just might be a little moody and cranky. So just excuse it, prepare for it, and I will see y'all soon. Again, I love you. Stay blessed.